cultural diversity in University of Sydney, it's tremendous. My experience here has been wonderful. I've had interactions with so many different people with such different backgrounds, friends, lecturers, tutors.
A multicultural experience, like truly international program with a world-class degree.
I would recommend the University of Sydney because it's not only one of the topmost institutes in the world, but there are ample of opportunities which are available at the students' disposal. Basically, when you come out of the university, you exactly know where you want to go, what you want to be. You know your place in the world.
The George Institute focuses on the most common causes of death and disability in India. Chronic diseases such as diabetes, mental health issues, and of course injury, which is still a big issue, particularly out in rural India. So our work tries to address some of those key causes and find reliable ways of preventing or treating the conditions in the best way possible.
Of course, it's very exciting to be part of a project like this because we know that levels of infant mortality in parts of India, especially remote rural parts of India, is very high, mainly because of the lack of availability of the kind of health services that we take for granted.
Sydney Medical School is engaged in a number of important research projects in India. I think India and Australia have a huge opportunity here to address some of the key challenges faced by India as well as Australia, especially in the area of cancer. Whether it's cervical cancer, breast cancer, using technology to address some of these challenges, I think is going to change lives.
Well, this unique Indo-Australian gene pool that we're developing has real ramifications for plant breeders and farmers in both countries. By producing these higher yielding materials with better disease resistance, I think we reduce some of the risks that farmers face in both countries. Higher yield, better disease resistance, we're living in a more variable environment. If we can deploy these, it's to the benefit of farmers in both countries.
Within India, there's a very rich history of social science and economic scholarship, and there's a never-ending stream of very important and interesting research questions to be dealt with. And I find that working with Indian scholars is the best way to develop strong and robust research.
I think there is much to learn from the Indian context because the Indian practitioners and academics are at the forefront of understanding how businesses can both alleviate poverty and make money simultaneously.
One of the things that really strikes me is that our Indian colleagues can innovate. They don't necessarily have access to the same facilities we do here in the West, but they're getting the job done, and they're getting it done by using local resources and innovating.
Our research at the George Institute is already having an impact on the lives of individuals in India. As an example, one of our projects looking at cardiovascular risk management identified a farmer in rural India as being at high cardiovascular risk, and as a result of being identified at high risk, he was able to stop smoking, get on appropriate treatment for blood pressure and cholesterol, and substantially reduce his risk, making it much more likely that he'll be able to continue to provide for his family.
We are sure that it will have a positive impact, and I'm very excited about that.